Okay, guys, so I actually haven't uploaded the last video yet, so I don't know how well this series is gonna go, but just so I can't mess this up, I am going to start recording more videos. So I'm doing that, and okay, but this time I wanted to get a game plan on what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to talk about building tips for what my building tips are, what I do whenever I'm building in Minecraft. So what I like to do is I first like to get an image in my head. I like to just think of what I'm going to build. Like in the beginning of the video, I decided I wanted to expand my path. So then I think, what are the resources that I'll need for it? So I made shovels, and I'd get cobblestone and sticks, and I'd do that to get the path. And then I kind of just YOLO it. I just dig out random areas and stuff and just finick with it until it looks good. Once you think that it looks alright, then you start adding little touch-ups to it. Like I started trying to build a cool looking pole, which I'm eventually going to add lanterns to that, but right now I don't have the resources for that. But I thought that a lantern post would be a nice touch, and I also planted a tree to grow for later on. And I just keep on doing that, much like I did with the house. I first got a game plan, and then I decided that I was going to use dark oak logs and cobblestone. That's one of my favorite color palettes. Because the dark on the white is just a really good combination. But those two combined really make it look good. And then also try using different blocks that you'd think would not fit. I didn't really show it much there, but instead of just using dark oak logs and cobblestone, like try adding in a dark oak trapdoor or something, just to add more texture to your building. I really need to practice that more, but it really makes it look 1,000 times better. And if you're using cobblestone, just every now and then swap out one of the cobblestones with a mossy cobblestone or a cracked cobblestone thing. Something like that, just to give it that little bit more of a real feel to it. Also, the inside of the house, if you hadn't already noticed, it's completely empty. I've got plans for that, just don't have the resources for it. But here, I'll explain what I want to do on the inside. I want to have like a red carpet going from the doorway into the main room, and then I want to have these different abstract kind of rooms. They're not really a shape, so to say, like not circle, square, anything like that. But I want to have like 5, 6 different rooms, being pantries, bedrooms, kitchens, things like that. I think that that'd look really cool. Some point in the video, I was completely a dummy and I had left the camera just looking at the mine, even though I wasn't there. I think I did that a few times, but I tried doing better this time around. But back to building tips. The cobblestone walls, I kind of like more than fences. I don't know why. A lot of people don't really like the look of cobblestone, but I think that cobblestone is just a really nice block on its own. It has all that texture and everything that I was talking about earlier. Cobblestone, gravel, and stone brick is a really nice texture mixture for an old-timey path. If you don't like the dirt paths, I can tell you that. If I find a village, I'm thinking about using a bell, putting a bell on near my house, and maybe even a well. I think that that might look cool. If I had yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next time. See, you just do like this. You brainstorm and think of ideas, and you go to building. And you always never want to get off topic and just do something else. Because whenever you do that is whenever you start making the big mistakes, and that's whenever you really mess up. Like I did in last video with the commentary. I let myself get off topic and I just completely messed it up. I'm starting to do that right now. So, try to add more realism to your builds. If you're building a kitchen, rather than just adding a few furnaces and maybe some tiling on the floor, if that's it. Try making the furnaces look like an oven. Add the different types of furnaces. Add a vent hood over it. Try to make it look more homely. And I really like to have like rustic styled buildings. Like if I'm decorating a cave, then I'll make it look all cracked up and old. If I'm using houses and stuff, I like to make them look more medieval. I recommend dark oak wood as my favorite wood just because it's dark, it's nice. It has good texture to it. The doors look great, the trapdoors look great. But yeah. So I do like using carpet some. Concrete is not something that I like to touch. It's too solid in its colors. You want to use more textured blocks to get those colors. Map artwork, if you can pull it off, is a really great way to add really high definition textures and stuff to your builds. I'm now practicing at it, and I'm not that great, but practice makes perfect, right? Also, that's another thing. I used to be terrible at building, but now I can think that I'm kind of half decent. But all you have to do is just get on a world and just start building. Just brainstorm, start building, and do whatever you feel like is best for you. Practice makes perfect, as they always say. But yeah, in my own opinion, which y'all probably don't really care, but I think that purple blocks aren't that great for any kind of build. And I also don't like using the off-textured cobblestones like endstone, netherrack, things like that. Netherrack can look really good with blackstone. Of course, those work together. But other than that, I don't really like netherrack that much. Glowstone, for some reason, I just don't like any of the light sources in the game. So that's why I usually mod in my own, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to try to use some of the light sources. I'm thinking about probably just using lanterns for a lot of it. That I think would look nice. But I don't like the light sources, and I don't like using one color on everything. I do like to add some variation in colors, and I also don't really like rainbow. Like, I don't want just a rainbow colored build. That just looks terrible. But you also don't want to just use black and white either. You want to add some other things. But yeah, I'm trying to learn to use concrete more, because concrete can be a nice block if you don't overuse it. Like those funny infinity rooms that they make on YouTube. You don't want your entire house to look like that. As for functionality of builds, I always recommend throwing an ender chest inside of your bedroom. That's just a nice thing to have. And for storage areas looks, I like doing a column of chest, then pillar, pillar, column of chest, pillar, pillar kind of thing. And it makes it look really nice. But the pillar, anytime that I have a pillar, if I have a black background, I like to make it a bright color. If it's bright background, I like to make it a dark color, of course, because that's just how it works. But also, dark on dark can be okay looking. I just don't really recommend it. It feels too one color kind of thing, like I was talking about earlier. So, I hope that I helped y'all with these building tips. No, I didn't. I don't think that I really did, but if I ended up helping someone, that's great. Y'all could tell me in the comments below. I'm running out of time. Subscribe if y'all want to. I don't really care. Yeah, we've still got that one video that needs to reach 5 views. So go watch that if y'all want to. I hope y'all guys have a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.